So as you can see, it looks almost like a goose egg in there. But the mama duck that was laying and sitting in here is gone. And there's no ducklings, so I don't know what happened. Her feathers are all gone, but we've had some pretty good windstorms, and it blew this piece of plywood off that I have up here. I need to screw this in. It's just to help to deter the ravens from coming in and stealing the eggs when nobody's on the nest. So I don't know what happened to the ducklings. My daughter said that she saw a raven in the tree with a half-ate egg. So I'm not sure if she got off the nest and they came in and took the eggs or took the ducklings that were ready to hatch. I don't know if maybe the geese might have messed with the ducklings and killed the ducklings, and then the ravens came and ate them. She's over there with the other two, actually the other three, because there's 3 hens and a drake, and so 3 ducks and a drake. So I'm not sure what happened. I asked my daughter if she saw any ducklings, and she said no, she didn't see any ducklings, so I don't know what happened. But the duck came up to me this morning and kind of looked at me kind of sad and kind of hung around me for a little bit. She's kind of a pet. She was over there in the chicken pen with the chickens all winter. And so this spring I took her out. I wanted her out. And actually there was 2 of them in the chicken pen last winter, which is fine because they have a building and they could go into the building. And we had a pretty severe winter this winter. It was pretty cold. Instead of just a couple of days of minus, we had like a week of minus. So yeah, we had a pretty rough winter. And we didn't have it just once. We had it like 3 or 4 times all winter long. Some pretty cold weather. It's like this summer we had over 100-degree weather. We had 110, 107 for about a month, which we usually don't have that kind of weather here in Central Oregon. We have hot. I mean, we do get up to 100, but we never hardly ever get over 100. And then at night it would cool down to about 50 degrees. Well, this summer it didn't. The lowest I think it got was like 70 degrees at night, which we never have that. Our nights are always cooler, which really helps because it helps us with the being able to get away from the heat. But yeah, not this year. And also right now we're kind of getting a little starting to get a little rain a little earlier too. We just had a rain with a big windstorm, and usually we don't get those until about September. But this year we didn't, which is good. We need the rain. I'm not complaining. Don't need the wind as much, but don't need the rain. And when I'm home on the weekend, which is my weekend, I'm not here all week. But when I'm home, I let these guys out, and they like eating the grass. They take the seeds off the tops of the grass. It's really not grass. It's what they call cheat grass or foxtails, whichever way you want to call it, but it's the same thing. And so one area calls it cheat grass, another area calls it foxtails. But the ducks and the geese like to be out running around. They like being out of this pen. So they come in to eat. And they'll eat on this all day long, which I feed them heavy enough to do that. My daughter does too, where they're eating on this all day long. And see where that one goose was in the water. She's still wet. That's a female. American buff. And I don't know why those two. Those two there are mates. Those are the two that I had adopted. So, yeah. Those two are the two that I adopted. That was way over there. That's one of the American buffs. That's a female, and the other one's a female. That's a drake or a gander that's in that pond. But anyway, it's just kind of a sad day that the ducklings didn't survive. I think that's probably what happened to the other eggs that she was sitting on that were just the duck eggs, not the Muscovy eggs. I think what happened to them was that something got them. Either the geese did, because sometimes the geese can be jerks when it comes to babies. So they could have been it, could have done it. I don't think a hawk would come in here with the geese in here, because they would chase them out. But yeah, and the duck's not very happy either. She spent all that time, 35 days, on that nest and no babies. So if they did hatch out, they probably got killed, which is sad. But hopefully we'll have a better situation next year. I'm going to start building a building out here for them. So we'll get her in a building. When they start sitting, we'll just have them where they go in to lay. Start teaching them to do that. Ducks and geese are pretty easy to train. They're all sitting in the shade. And that, where's he at? There's one duck that hangs around them that was raised with them. And I think that's the one that's in the middle of the group over there. He hangs around them. Now the other two that these ducks had, I don't know what happened to them. They're nowhere to be found. I have no clue where they went. They were here that morning, and then that afternoon when I went to put them away, they were gone. The two Buff Orpington ducks. And I haven't seen them since. So I don't know what happened to them. I don't know where they went. I searched this whole property and have not been able to find them. So I don't know what happened to them. So, and they were also raised with the geese, and they usually always hung around the geese. So that one duck out there is the one that it was raised with the geese. And he thinks he's a goose. Anyway, please subscribe. Push the notification bell. Click the like or not like button. And make a comment. Please make a comment. And we'll catch you on the flip side.